What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. I think it's no secret that I love Kaijus in general. If you take a look at my backdrop behind me, I just freaking love Kaijus. I love pretty much everything about them, so it makes me really happy that they're actually not butt in Yu-Gi-Oh! They are pretty darn good. It's not even arguable that they're some of the best spot-free removal that you can have. Yes, you neg one, you give your opponent a monster, but it takes care of things even Regeki can't take care of. And non-targeting removal is just really, really nice sometimes. So Kaijus are still kind of up there in price. Gameciel, aka Gamera, the flying turtle, he's up there still on TCG Player at $12.44 for the supers. We've got almost $10 on both the rares, $9.22 and $9.69. On eBay, they are a bit cheaper. I just wanted to note we got like under $9 at $8.89, $8.89, etc. And then I believe the OP pack one is a smidgen cheaper as well at, yes, $11.53 available. We've got 11, actually it's jumped straight to 12, my bad. And then $11.99, $11.99. So overall, cheaper to go over to eBay on these. Why I always tell you to look at both, but I don't think Gameciel is necessarily the best Kaiju moving forward. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe he was creeping back down towards 6, and Paleozoic hype happened where, you might recall, Swap Frog moved up to $5 again, even though he hasn't done much. And it seems to me like, yes, this is kind of the most expensive piece of a Paleozoic deck, because Toad can recycle Gameciel to the hand, and that's very, very nice, but he's an Aqua. But I just don't know how I feel about it being up there because of that and being the lowest Kaiju. Because we have Pendulums coming forward with Heavy Metal Foes Electrum, and if you haven't read that card, it is really going to help Pendulums generically, and we should note that the best Kaiju for that job is Kumongous the Sticky String Kaiju, because as a level 7, you can actually make use of him Pendulum summoning himself out. If you recall Metal Foes format, all of the Pendulum players tended to play this specific Kaiju because you're able to put him on board and it helps you OTK instead of just sitting there dead in your hand sometimes when you're going all out. The super sitting relatively low at $2.23 here. Dogoron's also sitting at $2.44, but both are relatively low quantities. 18 available, 32 available. If you've been putting off getting these two specific Kaijus, I would make sure to do so now. Kumongous has a relatively low amount on eBay as well, 27 results. Lowest 240 before it is 314. If I had extra money to spare, I know you're sick about hearing about my AC unit, I would personally be buying a set of each for myself to keep right now. But life works that way sometimes. But I definitely want you guys to consider this, that might be, you know, having held off on this, and I think now would be the time to get them with such low quantities available before you see similar prices such as the other Kaijus. Another one I didn't know was Jizukiru is actually up there as well, passing the $3 mark by far on both versions, and the Mega Pack one being almost non-existent for some reason. Now, here's my thing with it. Call me scrub and scrub mentality for this. I am always scared to play a machine card because it can get slurped by Chimera Tech. So when you Kaiju Slumber, you want the largest one out. I like having the Lightning Strike Kaiju over him, simply because he's a machine sometimes. But the problem with the Lightning Strike Kaiju is if you hard draw it, give it to an opponent, and they happen to be playing something that can make rank 9s, like True King of All Calamities, you just gave them a level 9. So I think it's probably better to have this higher defense and the machine typing than to actually fear getting slurped by Chimera Tech. But I know it's going to happen to one of you guys, or it's happened to one of you guys. Yugi No fans are following him out there and slurping up your Jizukirus, but he's actually up there as well. So just, I wanted to go over the Kaijus again here because I think the supers are really good to have with such low quantities on the market. Dogoron and Kumongous especially, because remember, Kumongous just appears over and over in Pendulum formats here. Code of the Duelist, all-time low here. I think my sets are a little out of order, so I'm gonna have to go back. But $35 on Firewall Dragon. Well, you might be saying, John, that's not that big of a deal. Code of the Duelist isn't doing that poorly, is it? Well, everything is down from Code of the Duelist right now, and I kind of mentioned as we hit the off season, everything's gonna go down. $32 on TCG Player. It was actually 31, I believe, exact when I looked a bit earlier. It just continues to sink versus its market price. Trickstar Reincarnation, the only card nudging back up at $21, as it should have been a while ago. Spellbook of Knowledge falling down to $13.50 public. Remember, Troll and Toad had been holding that price and lower for a while. We see $9.50 here. Everything's just kind of trickling on down. Lumina all the way down to 6. They've been sitting down towards this, but one card I really wanted to cover actually was Solemn Strike, and the Super is still holding at $6.17 from the special edition. You're telling me the Secret's only worth $2.70 more? And the first eds are actually under the $9 mark. So for $3 more, you can have a first ed original. I'm aware there's a higher rarity. There's the ultimate rare for you guys. And I realistically think that you guys should be getting the first ed boss right now if you're spending $6 on the Super. Don't be cheap. Just spend that $3 extra, because if Solemn Strike, if there's a ban list that really slows down the game and Solemn Strike becomes very relevant again, you'll want to have it. And remember, Solemn Strike was even becoming relevant during full power spirals because it could stuff an entire spiral turn. It's something that I think you do want to have. Trickstars really hurt it because Light Sage just pins it down and holds it there. So Trickstars really do hurt this card, but this, when it became very spiral dominant, this card was starting to see side deck play. A card I would be selling right now. Lunalight Panther Dancer. It's still up there. I just wanted to make note that it's actually still up there. Remember, it was immediately down on eBay despite its huge sellout. It's actually caught back up on eBay, and it's kind of stabilized, my bad. Just making up words here. It's stabilized at around $5, and I really don't think I would support that price point. I think it's still a bit high, but it's not Megaton reprinted. If you want to have a Lunalight deck on the side, Lunalights in general are relatively cheap to have. I could see why you would be holding on to this, but if you have this in your trade binder, you know, get rid of it. And if you know you're trading, this is probably an easier card to get as throw-ins whenever you're at the end of a deal and you're looking for gap, like to fill the gap of value. You have $2 to $3. People will usually let this go as the final card in a trade, and then you can make a little bit of profit while it's still holding its value, in my opinion. Psy-Framegear Gamma trickling back down under the $30 mark. Weird. It's like somebody said it wasn't going to hold value, but it's not down that far from its buyout value. I expect to see it trickle back down to 25. I don't know if it'll permanently keep that extra $5 or continue down past that until it sees a reprint. It is still very low quantity overall, but we've got a plethora of sellers. It goes down to a second page now. I personally think, again, if it reaches ridiculous prices, players will take the playsets, which is 3 at a time, out of their decks to sell these, and I personally think that will keep it naturally cooled for a while. I don't think it can maintain a price above 30 unless it's forced buyouts over and over and over again, somebody realistically pumping that kind of money into it. It is sticking around 30 on eBay, so TCG Player taking a W over here. Despite taking a few L's, it takes a few W's with it. So again, I think it's a great card. I'm not arguing that it is a great card. Despite having to play Driver as a Garnet, it's an amazing card, one of the only counters to hand traps that ensures your field spells are going off. I still just think you should be saving Ash or Ogre for their double Helix, and that's why I feel like this loses value a lot of the time if the player is playing their hand traps correctly instead of going after your field spell. But it's actually very, very nuts when they do. Whenever they do go for your field spell, you just end up making a synchro on top of the advantage it already gives you going second. So I can see why people do enjoy it. Oh yeah, the front page. I had this up on purpose, but you saw a flash ahead of what we're going to look at next. But they've changed the front page card on Yu-Gi-Oh! Psy-Framegear Epsilon. This is the first time I've ever seen them go for a card of such low value, I had this to go along with Gamma, and Epsilon here is the trap negator, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. A trap card is activated, indeed, for Sin's lowest. They're really pushing this. We've seen this in side decks, though. So, in the top cut, we've seen this appear in side decks of people already playing Gamma. It's interesting to see it here. It's good against Trickstar Reincarnation, which is very nice. It's good against Evenly Matched if you somehow didn't have a monster on board. So I guess if you're playing Paleozoics or something. But I still feel like it doesn't do its job against Evenly Matched because your job is to do the Build-A-Board workshop. So typically you're going to have monsters on board, and this isn't really going to help unless you're going back row heavy there. I don't know how I feel about it. I just don't think it's a great card, but to note, it's on the front page. What do you guys think? Do you find use in it? Do you end up side decking? I love to hear actual counter viewpoints to mine, and in the comment section below, tell me why you run this if you do, or why you dislike it if you agree with me on that. And the final note, Dante Traveler of the Burning Abyss still holding up there very well above its market price. $15 on Unlimited Secrets, and all the other versions are holding pretty good value. $9.30 here on the Mega Pack, and then even $7.44 on the Gold Rare still. If we come over here, eBay's taking the W on the Gold Rares, but I haven't looked at the Mega Packs or DUEAs. Mega Pack $8.50, I believe, is a little bit cheaper. Yes, it is. And then DUEA Unlimited, I think, is very similar. Yeah, $14.08, so barely cheaper there as well on the Near Mint. I don't know that it's going to be the top deck, but the really cool thing about Burning Abyss is it's always playable. You can still top a regional with this day. Heck, it topped a YCS in Spiral format. It's just always a contender, and it's something to have. So, like, you're not really risking too much value getting your Dantes, but they will eventually go up or down from where they're at, and it's more likely down with how many are on market. I think there's let's go back to the general. I think there's like 80 some odd total Dantes between all three here. Yeah, 80 exact. And then between sellers, we have 20 available, 26 available, and 15 available. So much less on TCG Player, which might be why the price is up. I think it's just always a contender, and that's what makes it great, but it is getting future support. I haven't seen playtesting with it yet, but I do assume it will boost the ceiling the deck currently already has. Tell me what you guys think about Burning Abyss moving forward as well. I'm personally a fan of having access to it if you have the spare resources to have access to it. Otherwise, I do get the feel of, I've been playing this for 3 years already. I want to try something new, or I'm tired of Burning Abyss. I just don't see it getting hit on a list anytime soon again. So I think it's relatively safe, and that might be why people are flocking to it, along with its future support, thinking maybe this will get rehyped when it drops. But let me know what you guys thought of today's Market Watch. Do you agree or disagree with me on Kumongous being the next Kaiju that will go up as Heavy Metal Foes Electrum comes out? Am I overhyping Electrum? I honestly just have a really bad feeling about generic Pendulum support when Pendulum's already had a recent time on top in terms of how it might terrorize the metagame. But I do think getting the Super Kaijus is a relatively good idea right now, guys.